the entire motivation for this energy transition is anchored in carbon dioxide. It goes without saying. So I want to throw out one other fact to have in your head, and this is an important one, obviously, is that in the manufacturing of electric vehicles, in the acquisition of the materials and metals to make this, one necessarily consumes energy. The 25 or more barrels of oil equivalent of energy to manufacture an EV are almost entirely in the form of hydrocarbons globally, and that means it's carbon dioxide emissions elsewhere. Volkswagen, to their credit, published, this is one of the graphs from the Volkswagen study, published at their website, where they're showing total life cycle carbon dioxide emissions that are associated with driving an electric SUV versus a diesel-powered SUV. And what you see in their graph is the illustration, not in energy terms, but in carbon dioxide terms, that when the electric vehicle shows up in your driveway, it's already emitted about 14 tons of CO2. The conventional vehicle has already emitted about 5 tons to manufacture it. And then, of course, what you see is over the life of the vehicles that they both consume fuel and emit carbon dioxide, the battery one through the grid that it's using, and this is the average European grid, and of course the diesel one from the fuel. What you see in this study is that using this model, that is not until about 60,000 miles of driving that driving the electric Volkswagen in the European grid that you actually end up with a net reduction in CO2. And by the end of its life, you've got a net reduction of about 20%. 20% is not nothing. I just want to stipulate that's not zero. So the mythology that it's a zero emissions vehicle is just a pure myth. And eliminating all of the combustion turbines and all the coal use on the grids of the world may happen one day. It's entirely possible to happen one day, but it's not going to happen in the time frames of the operations of these vehicles. So they're going to consume electricity in a fashion similar to this graph. That's simply what's happening in the world, not what's aspired to.